The final song of this album is called We Are M, We Are Gods. As we did explain previously, the M word means victory. So we are victory, we are gods. What's lovely about this song is it actually involves a choir. So Kim, can you tell us more?
Yeah, certainly. When we started with the first song, Tell Me Who You Are, that was really opening up the whole subject matter, which is really the core meaning of or discussion of this album, which is designed to empower people. And at the ending, I'm going to be, which is this song, I'm going to be saying some things which are really quite not well known, let's put it that way. I will be explaining in this song exactly how powerful the human race really is, and what our role in the universe is, which will be quite interesting to a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, so have you explained firstly where this choir is from?
The choir. Yes.
That is important because they are very significant.
They actually, well, it's important because they actually finished the album. They are right at the end of the album.
Did they not feature on another song in this album as well?
Yes, they have a small part in How Many Days.
They do.
Just 2 lines repeated a number of times, but nevertheless those 2 lines are very important to the overall meaning of the song. But the last part, they've got a much bigger role.
Yeah.
To tell you just a little bit about the choir, there's 11 children, teenagers in the choir, two boys and 9 girls. And the music teacher or conductor is Carl Mascord. And what we did is we set them up in the studio in lines, and Carl conducted from the front to make sure they were singing in the right tempo, so that it would match the record, the actual song. You know.
So are they a school choir?
They were really assembled for this particular album,
lovely.
because I was asked by Lola Oriand, who's the associate assistant head teacher at the school, she's a friend of mine, and she sort of asked me a long time ago, could we get involved with what you do in your studio? Could we, have some involvement with the school as part of their music curriculum? And I said, yeah, no problem.
That's so lovely.
And it was only about 3 or 4 weeks before we actually decided we needed a choir that she actually contacted me and say, hey, can we do something? I said, we need a choir. Can you fix it? And so she arranged that with the music teacher, and the music was written and sent to them, and they practiced it at school, and then they came here, and we did about 3 takes, Joe. Yeah, about 3 takes, and it was fine.
That's impressive. That's lovely.
And I think they all think they're now rock stars. So.
Well, that's nice if you give them some inspiration. They've obviously got a lot of talent.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
That's lovely. I did want to point out with this song as well, again, some interesting lyrics that might cause, I don't know, some questions, or
I think they will. Yeah.
They will, yeah. We're a new force, human hybrids blessed with multi-alien DNA. What a statement. So can you tell us about this? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, essentially, I mean, the human body, if you like, the physical body, it was created. We have DNA, but our DNA is special DNA because it's a combination of DNA from other extraterrestrial beings who are important elements within this particular universe. Some of the most powerful ETs who are at a much, much higher level in their spiritual evolution than we are. And so there's a combination of about 20 different species and we have the DNA, some elements of their DNA within us, which makes us super beings. Now that DNA is not fully activated yet. But once it is fully activated, nobody really knows, how awesome we will be. But the purpose of this, the purpose of creating the human race, is to end all wars in the universe, because we have wars on this planet. There are wars in the galaxy. There are wars everywhere, and our function really as human beings is to stop that.
So where did you get this information from? I guess a lot of people watching will be, again, it kind of relates back to the previous songs on the album. How can you prove this?
Can't prove it.
You can't.
But if you obviously there's been communication between the higher beings that we are in communication with, who are helping us here on Earth, and they have given us that information.
Have you experienced a kind of alien encounter, would you say, or human hybrid encounter?
No, not specifically. No, not specifically.
Not specifically.
I've seen spaceships, but usually when you see the technology of a lot of these races is far superior to what we have here on Earth. And if you do by chance see something up in the sky which doesn't look like anything that you would normally expect to see, it's usually because the cloaking device on the ship has sort of temporarily broken down, so it may expose itself. But you wouldn't generally see them because they have cloaking technology.
I actually have a bit of a story. Me and my friend Becky, we were about 15 years old. We were sat on a what you call a hay bale. Is it called a hay bale? Is it called a hay bale?
Or bale of hay, yeah.
Hay bale, because I'm from the countryside, literally a tiny village. It was a lovely summer evening. We sat in this field on a hay bale, listening to our Nokia music phone. No, not Nokia, Sony Ericsson. I don't know if you remember those phones.
Yes, I do, yeah.
And then this actually came up in the Shropshire Star because an old couple saw this sighting. But I will go into it because I guess it's kind of linked. I mean, it could have been an ET sighting, who knows? But we were just chilling, listening to some music. We looked in the distance and there was this like triangular kind of, it looked like the sun, but it was triangular. And then all of a sudden, like clouds came across the sky and really fast, bright lights were just flying across. And we tried to film it, and it said video distorted on the video. And I had this look from many people. It looks like I'm absolutely crazy, but it's funny because this article was actually in the Shropshire Star as well, because there was a sighting from somebody else. So that was about 20 years ago now.
Okay, well, I think a lot of people may have heard of Area 51 in the desert in America. And if you want to learn more about that, just go on the web and put in Area 51. But I think it's becoming increasingly accepted that there are extraterrestrials out there, but for certain reasons, it's not something that the people in power really want to talk about.
But then again, like from my point of view, we can't prove that was an sighting, but it definitely was. It wasn't normal what we saw.
I've just remembered that I did have something that actually happened in my garden.
In your garden?
Yeah, and I will tell you this.
Okay.
Now we've all heard of crop circles, haven't we? All these wonderful, elaborate patterns that seem to appear out of nowhere.
There's a film called Signs that's about that.
Yeah, true. Well, I had not so much a crop circle, but I had a picture drawn in my lawn. I came down one morning and it was burnt into the lawn, and it was a diagram of a B-52 bomber. As soon as I looked at it, I recognised it and thought, that's a B-52, because it had the outline,
Did you take a picture of this?
No, I didn't. Most people would say, oh, well, you're mad, they wouldn't believe me. But that was there, and I think I looked at it and I thought, somebody's trying to tell me something. And I think it was a sort of saying, there's going to be some wars coming up and stuff.
When was this?
Oh, about a year ago. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's now gone. But anyway, I'm sure there are lots of people out there that have had experiences that they can't explain. And, I mean, when you're talking about this, a lot of the TV programs, about space, Star Trek particularly. I'm pointing that one out. And Star Wars, the movie Star Wars. There's a lot of truth in this. They talk about the Federation, right, as an organisation of different planets, different beings. Well, we've got one. It's called the Galactic Federation of Light, and they do have motherships floating around our solar system. And on those motherships, which are huge, they are massive, massive. There are lots of different beings that all work together, helping us on Earth, and acting sort of as a police force, to stop those beings which are perhaps not so friendly.
I guess the question again was, how could you prove this? Where did you get this knowledge from?
Well, there are certain people that have the ability to communicate. Communicate with these people telepathically.
Are you one of those people?
No, I'm not. No. But I know of people that are, and the messages that are coming through are current about what's going on Earth, and they're telling us what's happening, explaining things to us, because they know exactly what's happening, because they have the ability to know that.
It'd be interesting to see the comments and see if anybody can relate to what you're saying, or if they've had, similar experiences. At the end of this song, we are Al, we are Lee, we are I, we are M, we are gods, we are one. What a finale!
And then you've got, if you can just pass the lyrics over there, because I can never remember what I've written half the time. So yeah, that's sort of a build up, and then we've got this chorus here. It says, "No more to war, the bugles sound. No more to war, where cannons pound. Our lesson learnt, the killing end. No more to war, our young men send." Now this chorus actually came from another song, which was called "No More to War," and it was
a song written by you.
Yeah. And it was a very, very long song, and it didn't have singing in it; it had narration in it. But at the end of the day, I didn't think it was strong enough, really, to go on the album, as in the format that it had been done.
And this is sung by the choir, this last bit, isn't it?
Absolutely. But I thought in the context of the human race being here with a mission to end all wars in the universe, I thought, well, in the context of that, it sort of worked, and that's what the choirs sing, and that is the last thing that you'll hear on the album. So it's quite a dramatic ending to the 11 songs on the album, all which have a sort of a current theme, and that current theme is to say, you are far more powerful than you think you are. And that's all I'm really trying to say here. And just try and acknowledge that fact. And don't be frightened anymore. Don't be fearful.
Yeah, and especially with the human hybrid. So that's new information again on your, within your lyrics.
It's very recent that information has come through. Only in the last couple of months has that been given to us. I mean, when I heard it, it blew my mind. I mean, I thought, crikey.
So was that a friend that told you this information?
No, that was the Galactic Federation of Light. That came from them.
Okay. Well, the album's definitely, like I say, going to cause discussion for sure, and open discussion, and you might find people that do believe in the same things as you, and this could be a whole revelation for you, I think.
I think just to sort of give a little bit more credibility to what I've just said, if you actually go on YouTube and put in Galactic Federation of Light, you will find dozens of messages from those beings that are trying to help us here at the moment, which will explain all these things that I've been talking about.
I'm going to have to do that when I get home now, Kim.
As I'll say it again, take it on board or not. It's entirely up to you what you do with the information. I'm just passing it on. I'm not making it up. I'm just passing on what I've discovered.
No judgment here. I found it really interesting. I've never heard of music like this in my life,
Yeah.
I think it is quite incredible, really.
Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about this song?
I don't think so. I think that's totally summarised it, really, unless you want to bring anything else up.
No. I think the production on this is pretty powerful. pretty powerful.
Yeah, how is it powerful?
Wait and see.
Wait and see. Okay, exciting.
Wait and see. Wait and see.
And you have got an amazing, talented crew around you as well.
We have indeed got
You
a
have
very
indeed.
talented crew.
Aw.
And, yeah,
Well, hopefully people will listen to this album and get some kind of inspiration.
I hope so. I hope they feel empowered by the time they've finished listening to it. And that's my aim, and my goal. That's my goal. Okay.
Here's to empowerment. Thank you, Kim.
Okay.